Comrade President, our message is clear. Sicela uthathe abantu baseZimbabwe ubabuyisele abantu baseZimbabwe abangena ama-documents.
Yes.
Those who don't have documents must go back
With no fingerprints.
This is our country. This is our country. We want to be free in our country. We are voting. We are the voters. We are the voters. Sithi phambili ngabantwana phambili. Siyaqala sidifende abantwana ngabethu. Sidifende bana barona. Isonga kimproye. Muthathe Comrade President here.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you've just seen the footage, you'll understand why this story is making waves across South Africa. Today, we're talking about a protest that has captured national attention. South African citizens, mostly women, gathered to voice their displeasure over the growing presence of Zimbabwean illegal immigrants in their communities. Now, straight to the point. The video circulating online shows women passionately expressing their frustrations. Some hold up their children, some speak directly to the camera, and many point out the real-life challenges their families face: schools overcrowded beyond capacity, clinics struggling to provide basic health care, and communities feeling ignored by local authorities. It's raw, it's real, and it's exactly the kind of civic outcry that policymakers cannot afford to ignore. Let's break down what's happening here. South Africa has long been a destination for migrants from across the continent, with Zimbabweans forming a significant portion of those seeking refuge or opportunity. Many arrive looking for work, safety, or stability that they can't find at home. But the reality for local communities is complicated. High unemployment, under-resourced schools, and strained municipal services mean that tensions can flare when newcomers settle in areas already struggling to cope. This protest is striking for another reason: it's largely women leading the charge. Women are often the backbone of their households and communities. They are the ones managing daily survival, raising children, and balancing household budgets. Their perspective gives us insight into how immigration impacts ordinary families, not just headlines or statistics. When these women speak, they are giving voice to very real frustrations, concerns, and fears. The footage also shows the nuanced human side of the protest. Yes, there is anger, but there is also humor, solidarity, and even moments of candid reflection. You see women joking about inefficiencies in their local clinics or schools, exchanging observations that reveal both their frustration and resilience. It's a reminder that protests aren't just about conflict, they're also about community and shared experience. Politically, the protest sends a loud message. Local leaders and government officials are now under pressure to act. Citizens want answers. They want action. They want a system that enforces immigration laws without sacrificing humanity, and they want solutions that make their communities safer and more sustainable. But here's the tricky part. Immigration in South Africa is a deeply polarized issue. While citizens are concerned about jobs, education, and security, it's equally important to consider the humanitarian angle. Millions of Zimbabweans left their country because of economic collapse, political instability, or personal safety concerns. Balancing these two sides is never easy, and the protest we're discussing is a stark reminder of the tension. Social media plays a huge role in this story. The video has gone viral because it captures something raw and relatable. People watch it, share it, and add their commentary. Some argue it highlights a failure of governance, others see it as a natural consequence of high migration. Whatever the perspective, the discussion is loud and unavoidable. Economically, the tension isn't unfounded. Many South Africans feel that illegal immigrants are taking jobs that could go to locals. Whether that perception is entirely accurate or not, the belief is strong, and it drives public sentiment. Meanwhile, service delivery issues, long queues at clinics, overcrowded schools, and insufficient housing only make the frustration more acute. Safety concerns also feature prominently in these discussions. While crime statistics do not single out migrants, any incidents involving foreigners tend to be heavily publicized. This can reinforce fear and resentment among locals, which, in turn, fuels protests like the one we're examining. What makes this protest particularly interesting is the immediacy of the women's voices. Unlike traditional demonstrations that rely on speeches and banners, this one is personal and intimate. It is direct. It is families speaking out about their daily realities, and that's a powerful visual that sticks with viewers. As this story develops, it will be important to watch how local authorities respond. Citizens are calling for accountability and action. They want law enforcement to ensure safety, immigration officials to regulate entry, and municipal leaders to ease pressure on overstretched services. How this balance is achieved will have repercussions far beyond the streets where the protest took place. For our viewers, the takeaway is clear: immigration isn't just a political issue, it is deeply human, deeply social, and directly tied to everyday life in communities across South Africa. Understanding both sides is essential. Compassion and enforcement must coexist if lasting solutions are to be found. So, if this story caught your attention, go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more in-depth coverage of South African social and political issues. And don't forget to leave a comment below with your thoughts. How should communities and authorities address these concerns? What balance between regulation and compassion is realistic? Your voice adds to the conversation. Thank you for watching, staying informed, and engaging with these critical discussions. See you next time.